Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, I'm KingNido and today we're coming in from Hammerlock City where the Dragonids are hosting the Spiked Myth Rockets, and as that shiny Weavile is exerting the pressure over the Dragonids, let's have a look at this tale of the tape as the Dragonids are currently sitting in first place, and if they can win this matchup they will not just clinch an Elite Four berth, they will clinch the minor championship, but to do so they're going to have to take down the reigning champions, the Spiked Myth Rockets, who if they win this matchup they will clinch a spot in Victory Road. So with that said, let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win this matchup. Will it be the Dragon types? Will it be the Dark types? Let's go!
3, 2, 1, go!
There is so much pride at stake as Weavile goes for the guillotine to start off this matchup, but it is avoided by Cycloza. Meowscarada looking to follow it up though, goes for the extra sensory on the Dragon Normal type, getting some great damage, but Cycloza responds with the Magic Powder, which will not work on the Dark types, they are immune to Psychic type moves. Gudra in its Collision form though, with the attack order, puts Weavile into knockout range with that super effective move. Weavile responds though with the Mighty Cleave, putting Cycloza into knockout range. It hangs on by a thread and Meowscarada follows it up with the Mistfall, but it goes for Gudra instead, getting some good chip damage, but it could have gotten the elimination. It does lower that special attack, however, of Gudra, as Cycloza is going to go for the growl, not trying to take down that easy target that is Weavile. It is going to lower that physical attack of both Dark types, as Gudra is going to follow it up with the Forest's Curse. They're trying to change the typing of the Spiked Myth Rockets here. Weavile, though, with the Thrash, this is going to finish off Cycloza, getting the early lead for the Spiked Myth Rockets. There is so much at stake in this battle of these two Galarian sides, as the Chloroblast, not very effective onto Gudra from Meowscarada. It actually did more damage to itself with that recoil damage, and Gudra looking to capitalize goes for the Ice Shard, putting Meowscarada into knockout range with that super effective move, as out comes Exeggutor in its Alolan form. Weavile continuing to thrash about, going for Gudra this time, having that gooey ability activated lowers that speed of Weavile, but Meowscarada sets up a sunny day on the field. See if anybody goes for a Solar Beam as that sunlight turns harsh. We get the Bullet Punch from Gudra to eliminate Weavile from this matchup. That super effective move, leveling the playing field for the Hammerlock Dragonids. Exeggutor follows it up with the Skitter Smack to complete the huge play of super effective moves to give the Hammerlock Dragonids the early lead. Now, as out comes Samura in its Hisuian form, it is going to be joined by Hydreigon coming out for the Spiked Myth Rockets, and immediately Hydreigon does go for the Cross Poison, super effective there onto Exeggutor thanks to that Part Grass typing. Samura follows it up with the Spite as the Rockets continue to maintain full speed control. This will cut into the PP of Gudra. And Gudra does respond with the Pollen Puff, super effective there onto Samurott. Exeggutor looking to follow it up. It is going to go for the Low Sweep, another super effective move onto Samurott. The Dragonids are starting to build some momentum here, having taken down 3 of the Spiked Myth Rockets. Now, it is Incineroar though coming out for the Spiked Myth Rockets, as Hydreigon still with that speed control goes for the Psyshock onto Exeggutor, putting it into knockout range. Gudra though looking to respond with the Simple Beam onto Hydreigon. It loses that Levitate ability. We'll see if any of its stats are moved quicker than they normally would be, as Incineroar sets up a Misty Terrain on the field. This is going to weaken Dragon type moves, which also affects Hydreigon in this matchup, but the Dragonids surely do not appreciate it, as Exeggutor with the Corrosive Gas, this is going to corrode away everybody's Leopard Berry on the field, and what a way to kick off the final round of the season between these two sides, as Hydreigon with the Cosmic Power capitalizing on that new simple ability. It's going to boost that physical defense and that special defense a great deal here, as the Acupressure from Gudra in response, it's going to boost its speed a great deal. We'll see if it can move quicker than Hydreigon, as Incineroar goes for the Heavy Slam onto Exeggutor, but it's able to hang on by a thread, by a leaf. It goes and sets up the Toxic Spikes on the side of the Rockets, and they still have one Pokemon left on the bench, so it will be poisoned if it's brought out onto the field. Gudra follows it up with the Phantom Force, so it is going to vanish instantly from the field. The Rockets need to target Exeggutor with a Withdraw now from Hydreigon, continuing to boost that physical defense. It is going to be such a wall to take down, as the Fell Stinger from Incineroar takes Exeggutor out of this matchup. And Gudra is going to be able to finish off that Phantom Force shortly, as out comes Iron Jugulis, and we did just see that boost for Incineroar down on the field, but Iron Jugular's coming face to face with Hydreigon, taking on that Dragon typing as the Terrestrial Drafty for the Hammerlock Dragonite. Cannot wait to see who comes out on top between Iron Jugular and Hydreigon, but there's that Phantom Force being finished off. Doesn't do that much damage though to Incineroar being not effective. Iron Jugular follows it up with the Rain Dance on the field. The Dragonite's now with full speed control and they have that 4-3 advantage in the matchup. Hydreigon though with the Harden again, boosting those defenses. It's practically taking inspiration from Archaludon when it has that stamina ability. There's the Crunch from Incineroar, now taking out Goodra to level the playing field at 3v3. It does lower the speed of Incineroar in the process, but it is already the slowest on the field. As out comes Archaludon, who we just mentioned, but now it's got that Stalwart ability. Here's the Rock Wrecker from Iron Jugular onto Hydreigon, and it tanks that move with all those boosted defenses. It responds with the Tri-Attack, a very fitting move for Hydreigon to hit Iron Jugular with. There's the Bulk Up from Archaludon here. It's going to boost that 105 base attack, but it boosts its own 130 base physical defense as Incineroar with the Foul Play onto Iron Jugular gets some massive damage there as the mist does disappear from the field. Iron Jugular has to recharge here. Hydreigon could capitalize. It goes for the Psycho Cut onto Archaludon. Not very effective, does very little damage. Archaludon looking to capitalize, goes for the Sweet Kiss, but that's going to be avoided by Incineroar, allowing the Fire Dark type to go for the Sticky Web. Setting up that entry hazard now on the side of the Dragonite as Iron Jugular with the Dynamic Punch, but that's going to be avoided by Hydreigon, and Hydreigon looking to respond with the Ancient Power onto Iron Jugular, showing that it is more top tier than Iron Jugular in this contest. Fantastic to see those two go head to head. We could potentially see that again in Victory Road if this keeps up, as an explosion from Archaludon. And Archaludon takes itself out. It takes out Incineroar, but with all those boosted defenses, it does not do enough to do much damage to Hydreigon, as the last Pokemon for the Draconites is going to be Altaria. The last Pokemon for the Rockets is going to be Iron Thorns. They send out their own Terrestrial Drafty, that Cloud 9 ability making it so the weather effects disappear, but Iron Thorns has landed in those Toxic Spikes, so it will be poisoned before it gets the opportunity to Terrastless. Altaria doesn't have to worry about the Sticky Web because it's a part Flying type, but the Spike Mouth Rockets have got the lead. And it's going to be a hard task to try and take down Hydreigon. They'll need to focus in on that special defense that is not boosted as much as Hydreigon goes for the Hurricane. That's avoided though by Altaria, allowing it to respond with the Gastro Acid that is going to suppress the ability of Iron Thorns here on the field. Maybe they want to suppress that simple ability though, as the Power Whip from Iron Thorns is going to be avoided also by Altaria. It needs to keep dodging these moves as that rain does stop over the field, but what is only just getting started is that poisoning chipping away at the health of Iron Thorns as Hydreigon goes with the bounce. It is going to spring up high in the sky. It does not care that it's lost that levitate ability. Altaria with the Triple Axle, but that's avoided by Hydreigon. That would have been super effective as well. The spikes being thrown out on the side of the Draconites by Iron Thorns, they are irrelevant in this match because everybody's entered the field, but what's not irrelevant is that poisoning still doing damage to Iron Thorns. But here is the bounce coming down onto Altaria from Hydreigon, getting some good damage there as Altaria is going to respond with the Pound, switching its attention to Iron Thorns there for some good chip damage, but Iron Thorns with the Worry Seed telling Altaria it's got something to worry about, and this may keep it up all night with that Insomnia ability now being received. The Draconites do not want to leave their fate in the hands of other teams, but neither do the Rockets. This match means so much to both these sides, especially with that Galarian Pride, the echoed voice onto Altaria from Hydreigon. Altaria responds with the Bullet Punch, and Hydreigon tanks that move. That did practically nothing, as Iron Thorns with the Petal Blizzard does damage to everybody on the field, but does practically nothing to anybody on the field at the same time. And that poisoning continuing to affect Iron Thorns as Hydreigon with the Water Pulse onto Altaria. This will be resisted, getting some good chip damage though, trying to get that confusion, but Altaria avoids it, goes for the Fury Swipes onto Iron Thorns. This multi-hit move, all 5 will add up, but they still will not do a great deal of damage to Iron Thorns, but by the end of this turn it may be in knockout range thanks to that poisoning if that Fury Swipes doesn't get it far enough, which it doesn't after only 4 connections. Iron Thorns, though, with the slam, takes Altaria out of this matchup. The reigning champions have just taken down the side on top of the leaderboard. Could we see a rematch in Victory Road, because the Spikemas Sprockets have just guaranteed themselves a spot in Victory Road as they've moved themselves all the way up into 5th place, and at this point it looks like they'll be in that first leaders trial match against the Sutopolis Aqua, whereas still the Draconins are sitting in that major semi-final position. But with that said, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.